It's me, Mrs. O'Brien, and my dog Coda. He wanted to be in book talks today, so I thought I'd let him join in. Coda actually loves reading, but probably loves it a little bit more when I read because then he gets to snuggle with me, which is his kind of favorite thing to do. So here he is, ready to snuggle and talk about some of our favorite young adult books. These are my top 3 young adult books for 2017. The first one is called A Long Way Down. It's by Jason Reynolds. And if you have not read a Jason Reynolds book yet, you need to go out right now and get one. I don't care if you have to go to the library or you need to go to the bookstore, but teachers, if you teach middle grades or you teach high school and you don't have Jason Reynolds in your classroom right now, you need to get it and put it in there. There are lots of books that he's written that are amazing. This is his latest. It is written in free verse, and it's over really the course of a couple minutes. This whole book is really just a couple minutes in someone's life. He's watched his brother die in a drive-by shooting, and he believes he knows who did it, and it's kind of on his elevator ride down to the floor level of his apartment, ready to do something about it. So it's a phenomenal book. It's definitely one that you're wondering the whole time, what is he going to do? He meets some people at different floors on the elevator that kind of shape what he's thinking. And when you are done this book, you are going to desperately want to talk to someone else who has read this book because you're going to be ripping your hair out. So get it, read it. Some of my students from last year who loved Kwame Alexander's books, you will probably like this one as well. So this is a great one. Long Way Down by Jason Reynolds. Another one of my favorites of young adults from 2017. I actually didn't read this in 2017. I read it last week, but it's called A List of Cages by Robin Rowe. And it is kind of a story of an unbelievable friendship. 2 boys, one really cool and popular, and another one who really flies under the radar. And if he is on the radar, it's usually because he's being made fun of or bullied. He's gone through a really tough life, and he kind of comes back into this friend's life for a certain reason. And this is one of those books, I have to tell you, I was a bit of a bad mom when I was reading it. I kept trying to explain to my 3-year-old that it's independent reading time and he needs to read by himself so that mommy can get through her book because it was so good I couldn't put it down. So if you haven't read this one, you've got to read it. You're going to love it. Your heart's going to ache. It's going to be ripped apart. And then you're going to love it. So get it. List of Cages by Robin Rowe. Last one. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of this book, but I can't say enough about it. It's my favorite book from last year in the young adult category, and it's called The Hate U Give. A lot of people call it Thug. I'm not going to tell you why, but you might know why. If you've read the book, you'll find out why. It's by Angie Thomas, and what kind of happens in this book is a girl and her friend are driving home from a party, and her friend is shot by the police for really no reason at all. He's unarmed, he doesn't do anything, but it really talks about the racial divide that's in the United States right now, even in Canada, other parts of the world, of what is truly happening, and it gives a really, I would say, vivid picture of exactly what's happening and why we really need to wake up and pay attention to the injustice that's happening to many people of color or of different races around North America and other parts of the world. So if you haven't read this, I am going to give you a little bit of a disclosure. All these 3 books do have a little bit of language in them and some mature content. So depending on what age you are or how your parents feel about it, just make sure that these books are appropriate for you. But those are my 3 top favorites, young adult ones. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you need to get on Instagram and follow me, Quest4, the number 4 readers. On Twitter, you can just look my name up, Laura O'Brien. And this is on YouTube, so subscribe to my YouTube channel. There'll be more coming. And also, if you have something you want me to talk about, or you want to get on here and you want to talk with me about some books you love, or you have some requests, then send me a message and I will do it. So thanks. See you next time.